Hey guys, it's WHYTMANGATV here, and in this video I'm going to be taking my old artwork from almost 10 years ago, and I'll be drawing it in a new way, showing artistic growth. While talking about my artistic growth, I've kind of been hustling for a long time, to be fair. A lot of you guys have been asking for videos talking about how I came up with my ideas for the series that I published and serialized within Saturday AM and Saturday PM, respectively, Apple Black and BACASSI. You can trust that those videos are on the way, but it all started when I was posting on YouTube and DeviantArt all those years ago. I was really trying to bypass the usual pillars of how to break into the industry and build an online audience for my series. At the time, it was just Apple Black. And don't worry guys, I'll leave links to where you can learn about my series Apple Black, BACASSI, somewhere in the video cards or in the description. But I was making a lot of character art, putting all that kind of stuff together, promotional illustrations that would just kind of get the message out. Obviously, things were rocky in the beginning, and I did other illustrations and little comics here and there to help hone my craft before I actually did Apple Black, because Apple Black was like my big story, and I was like in love with the story. I felt like I needed to get it out there. Good thing is I've also grown along with the story over time, as the illustration we're about to do in this video will illustrate. The story has changed in many ways, and I think for the better, and not just by a little bit, by a lot. And to be fair, you guys have grown along with me, from 0 subscribers and 0 followers on any social media to where we're at right now. So I'd like to thank you guys for all the support you guys have given me all throughout. And I feel like comments I get from you guys, for some people saying that the channel maybe inspires them to create their own comic, or they've learned a lot about creating art in general from anything I've done in any video or anything I've said. Those are great for me to hear. It's good to know that I'm inspiring anybody or motivating anybody in any way to do what they want to do or do what they love or any of that kind of stuff. But it's also been a strong motivator for me to actually continue doing what I do and continue to grow and do everything I've done up until this point. And I think that's also part of my creative growth. So you can say social media is something that has helped me grow, not just watching other people and getting inspiration from them as well. A lot of online resources that help me grow, but also the feedback I've been getting, and also being part of an art community online. Everything has kind of contributed to where I am today. So I'd like to thank you guys for that. And then speaking of support from me online, I've partnered up with Bokusu to bring this video to you guys. It's basically a monthly snack box subscription service that delivers premium Japanese snacks and tea pairings, all of which have been handpicked in their boxes, partnering with over 100 actual Japanese families who've been producing these for centuries. It also comes with culture guide magazines with deets on products, origins, flavors, common allergens, and all that good stuff. The cleared value of each object in the box is about $18 US, 10 to 25 premium snacks, candies, tea pairings, all curated around a fun cultural theme. It even has 20-page magazines, but the monthly subscription option for a whole box per month starts at $24.99. And then the subscription is free shipping, tracking from Japan to over 40 countries, and then it's available now to get for 10% off your own Seasons of Japan box. Save up to $44 with my link in the description and code WHYTMANGA10. Actually just tried some of the snacks, and they all taste good. And like legit, they all taste good. And some actually tasted really good. And I actually just recently got this from the title. It's called Bokusu. Get it? Bokusu? Box. If you're an anime watcher, you get it. If you don't get it, I can't help you. Bokusu. Now back to the video. I did some promotional illustrations showing the entire cast, in some cases focusing on one character and just doing things like that to get everybody hype for what's to come, getting the 1.5 subscribers I had at the time hype, you know what I mean? And for the most part, people liked what I had to offer, and I think a lot of people can appreciate my growth over the years, especially OG subscribers who have been around since the beginning. Now, I've always had the main lead characters, the main ensemble. We have Sano, main character, very kind, can be serious in certain scenarios, socially awkward because of his isolated upbringing, good judge of character, directionally challenged and goofy, terrible liar, terrible with girls, special powerful arm, mysterious background, main character stuff. And then you can see his sidekick, pet mutant, Whyt, kind of like Dick Dastardly's dog from Wacky Racers. Those who know that, you guys are real ones. If you know, you know. Opal, cool chick, pretty smart, pretty street smart, tomboyish at times, but can be a softie. Gumchur, kind of hella funny, overprotective pet mutant Orion, leadership qualities galore, sister issues, and that's an understatement by the way. Lily, overly positive and sometimes ridiculous in humorous ways, food lover, but terrible cook, also kind, very kind, pretty tough, friendly, rich, royalty, also has her own family issues, maybe terminal issues, but we don't want to spoil too much now, do we? Neon, loner, emo-ish, pretty tough physically, tragic past. Spoiler, all the lead characters in the ensemble have rich, tragic suffering that brings them to life. I'm a sadist. Like I said, emo-ish, but really a lovely girl. Very nice side to her that she doesn't show often. Holds a grudge, can be self-deprecating at times, sarcastic, but really a sweet girl. Trust me. Obi, brooding for an Afro kid, takes himself way too seriously to the point where it can become a gag at times. Stealthy, street smart, sarcastic, vengeful, had to grow up fast, can be naive at times, protective. There is honor there, very honest, but has an ego. Osamu, uber ambitious, used to be nicer, then stuff happened. Now the opposite. Roommate that would leave the air conditioner too cold and doesn't care how frozen you are. But trust me, deep down softy. Also a brooder, massive ego, super smart, super strong. Daddy issues, mommy issues kinda, more complex than that. Secretive, might be OCD, very strategic. Ruby, Ryuzaki the Great, brash, loud, angry type, hates everything, sarcastic, brute force, not too smart, jealous type, lonely past, strawberry sundae fan, egomaniac, but deep down, he's got a decent moral compass, why not? Crazy person. Holds a grudge, like a lot, chip on his shoulder, but he can be cool. Simon, crazy person. Mysterious, super smart as well. Strong, how strong? We'll see. Loves the ladies, super nerd, class clown, hemophiliac. That's really all I can say about this one. I'm gonna leave it to the books because, Kid of mystery. In my series Apple Black, all these characters are sorcerers, so in the world of sorcery, they kind of use wands, and the way I depict wands in my series is very different from the traditional sense of wands. Like you see in a Harry Potter. Here in this world, anything could be a wand and it could do X, Y, Z. So for instance, let's say a pair of dice could be a wand, you throw it and maybe the certain number has a certain effect and does X, Y, Z, or a wand could be a sword, traditional, or a staff, or the traditional things like little sticks that you see in Harry Potter, but it could be much more than that. It could be a freaking mug. It could be glasses, maybe it shoots beams. It could be a guitar, maybe the music kind of puts your opponent into some kind of trance. It could be a whole bunch of stuff. Quick example, Mikhail here has a wand, and his wand is a cigarette, and he does all sorts of crazy stuff with the fumes. I always like to ask you guys to leave comments on what you think your wand would be in my world. If you were a character in my world, what would your wand be? And a lot of you have some really cool ideas here and there. Some people say they're a comb, some people say they're a phone. I don't know how that's going to work, but you do you. I'll leave links to videos where I talk a little further about wands and the world of Apple Black and things of that nature if you're interested. So back to the older illustrations. Back then I was trying to figure out how to work Manga Studio, now Clip Studio Paint, and work out all the software, digital painting, traditional art, all that, and figure out how I wanted to create my work. I took some L's along the way, but I like where I am right now. I think so. For this new illustration, now that I have a little more experience with Clip Studio Paint and Photoshop, here I'm going to be using specifically Photoshop, and both software are kind of similar. All the software really are similar. Once you kind of understand one, you can kind of walk into any other one pretty easily. We're going to be experimenting with the art style just a little bit. It'll still be overall my art style. I'm trying to keep it reminiscent of the original illustration where we have all these characters placed together that are the ensemble, and then doing like a modern take and still playing on the individual illustrations for the ensemble cast. As you can see, there are slight changes here with the original illustration and what we're doing now. There are two characters that are additions here. We have Opal and Obi that I briefly just talked about, and they already existed in the world. Slight changes here and there on certain things because, like I said, the story has changed. Certain things about the characters have changed. In some cases, an overall outlook and the way I was going to execute the series is slightly twisted a little bit, and I think twisted for the better. So improvement, if you will, creative growth, as the title of this video suggests. I decided to rewrite certain parts of the beginning of my series to introduce the characters earlier, and I think I've done it for the better, and I feel like I've done it in a way that is seamless and it still works. It's not something that's just slapped on there. It's canon, it's the new canon, and those are part of the remasters that I always keep talking about. But again, for people who are just watching this video for the first time, it doesn't matter to you. If you're reading my series for the first time, the remasters are not going to feel like remasters to you. They're going to feel like, the original canon, you know what I mean? And in doing this, it kind of took away a little bit from production on Volume 3, but I still plan for Volume 3 to be released this year. I've already started on it, so it's now just to keep going, keep that momentum, and finish up. The remastering of Volume 1 and 2, they are 99% done, really. 99% done. All the changes are I can do that in my sleep. It's just certain things that are still in the way to have me officially announce that, they're ready. Even just looking at the pages and the way I create my manga pages now, kind of using traditional means and using paper and ink and then scanning in to work in Clip Studio Paint. And the way I tone, the way I do everything, and evolution of my art style overall, it kind of shows, especially when you compare the first chapter to how I create the pages right now. I think it's pretty clear and spot on. And, yeah, I'm proud of the past 10 years. Hopefully, it doesn't take another 10 years to break further ground, and especially with Sad Day AM, trust me, there's a lot of really, really cool news that's coming real soon that will show that we've made a lot of strides. One being that now we have an app, and trust me, we have more news coming. But yeah, we have an app. Y'all can go download that. It's free, where you can get the latest issues of Sad Day AM, Fanart Friday, and a couple updates here and there on the app for free. But then you can subscribe and get access to all our magazines: Sad Day AM, PM, where BACASSI is, Fanart Friday, Brunch is a new one that's coming, and more. And then there's some in-app purchases that you can see on there. Like, so for part of the Apple Black Volume 1 remasters, I added 2 chapters in between chapter 1 and 2, and that's chapter 1.1 and 1.2. You can get chapter 1, 1.1, 1.2 now all together in what we kind of like to call a retro pack, which is like one of the best ways to kind of catch up to a series inside of the magazine. Let's say you're reading the magazine, like something that you see in there, and you want to kind of start from scratch and start from the beginning. You can support the creator and support us by purchasing very affordable, some cases free, retro packs to quickly catch up, almost like DVD packages or almost like mini digital volumes. And if you don't want to do that, you can just wait for the remasters to be official, and you can just purchase the book, like the new version of Volume 1 that will have all the chapters from 1, 1.1, 1.2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then Volume 2 that has chapters 10 to 18. Apple Black Volume 3, Holy Spectre, will go from chapter 19 to chapter 28. And that'll kind of be winding down the first arc where, you'll be able to clearly see that the arc is about to conclude, and we go into the next arc in Apple Black, which is kind of a staple of shonen manga. But don't worry, I try to do things that are pretty different and try to stand out as best as I can and do things that are still interesting and unique and different from the way other series might approach it. Another thing I did along with these old illustrations of these characters, I made like videos separate for them. In fact, some of those videos are still on the channel, but I'm going to do updated videos kind of hyping the series, right? Overall, what's the series about, and the world and wands and all that cool stuff. But the one I did that was really one of the first videos on the channel were videos that were specifically about the individual characters in this ensemble cast. And over time I'll keep adding to it, but I think the first batch of videos I'll do will be the characters I just talked about, and maybe along with Mikhail, Angelo, and Madame Naomi. I know some people will want a Caesar for those who actually follow the series, and I'll think about that. At least for a first batch, I'll do that, and it'll just be kind of this ongoing series that I think I'll add to the channel, so you guys can stay subscribed for that. Also, United States, is smash that like button. Always do that. Please hit the bell so you stay notified each time I upload absolutely anything. Stay subscribed. Also, follow us on social media. Sad AM social media, my Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff will be linked in the description. If you're interested in how I'm actually executing stuff like this now, again, I have videos on how to kind of use Photoshop and Clip Studio Paint. I'll leave links to where you guys can go check that kind of stuff as well. I have videos on a whole bunch of stuff, but this video is just kind of focusing on how I kind of got here, just a little commentary on how we got here, podcast style to a degree. Shout out to Boxer for supporting this channel. If you like products like this or want to try out products like this to support the channel, please give Boxer a try using my link in the description. Give it a go. 10% off, you're welcome. Watch my other videos, so I'm sure you find something you like. That's why Manga. I'm outie.